When I tell you all these parties are coming against Nolan Wales, they have something to hide. The government, FBI, the Mississippi police, they are all involved trying to cover this up. And this incident, I'm not even going to call it an incident, this sacrifice, because that's what it is, it happened July the 4th on the Devil Horns Island. Do you know they call that Horns Island the Devil Horns Island? Honey, when I tell you all this stuff is spooky right here, but I'm going to tell y'all all about it. I have a video of these transport workers, and they saw Nolan Wales' body. They said it was burned. It was tortured. If you guys want me to play that video for you guys, press 4. We also have to talk about Nolan's family speaking out and more information they have to say about Mississippi. Police is hiding and blocking information because the parents of Nolan Wales have to do their own investigation, because even though the body was burned and, you know, the Cajun Navy SEALs people, not the SEALs, but the Cajun Navy, the one that found the body, they said it looked as if his body had no water logs, so no water in his lungs. The sheriff of Mississippi still said no foul play. They were still trying to rule it as drowning, okay? Because they're covering up. They all working hands together. All right. So I'm going to play that video for you guys, and then we're going to get into my commentary of what's going on today. All right. I want you guys to check these ladies out. All right. So here we go. My goodness. My God, today.
Today. So today, we actually know someone that works transporting bodies, remains, and things like that. So today I got a call from that person, and they were just talking about the body that they encountered across. It was Nolan Wales. So before knowing all that, he said that the body was mistreated. Yeah. It looked abused. It was like he was tortured. Looked as if he was burnt, maybe. Where? Face, body, said he was burnt. And not only that, his body was mistreated when they transported him. So as they were transporting him, he was actually face down. So everyone knows when you're transporting the body, when, only a couple of people work that job, they all know you don't transport the body face down. It's kind of very disrespectful. So you always have them face up. Well, specifically his body whatever reason, was face down. And me personally, I took that as disrespect. Yeah. Heart goes out to the family. Yes, definitely. Because all we know is what they put out on the internet. But today, we actually found out a lot about this autopsy without even reading the autopsy. Yeah. It's heartbreaking. I'm so sorry that family had to go through this. Really, just want to give our condolences to the family. As a mom or moms, grandmothers, dads. Family, period. Just we give the most prayers to you, and we stand behind you because we know right what really happened. Right. So, and at the end of the day, whatever lies those families have covered up, or whatever lies they're trying to cover up, we're sorry. Yeah. And we're here for you, and we just want you to know that what was seen today was unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and that's why we want to inform. So what's going on during the transport, like that? Something you can be quiet on at all. When you've seen something so heartbreaking as a child, go through something traumatic. Yes. It hurts to know that was done to him in the ways that we can't even express. Right. And as a person, you should have some type of humanity. Right. And I felt like those people who was transporting him did not have humanity in no way, shape, or form. Because if I can feel the way I feel about the situation, just listening to what happened, you also can listen to what happened to this child. Right. Because at the end of the day, that is a child that you did that to. Right. So this child needs justice. Because we're not going to sleep until he gets it. At all. And I heard the feds on this.
Did y'all hear that? Even the The transporter workers are in on it. This is Mississippi. Okay, they are all involved in white supremacists. This is where it's birthed. All of them, majority of them, honey. Okay, and they are going around making black body sacrifices like they always do. All right. So, honey, what do y'all think about that? Put it in the comment section. What do y'all think about that? Y'all, when I tell you, when I tell you what I just sought through, what I just watched these people say with a straight face, and now I want to talk about what's going on with all of it, okay? I need y'all to really hear me on this one. Not a half a lesson, not a scroll. I need you to really hear me. Because what they did to Nolan Wales, what they still doing to Nolan Wales, even in death, even after they already done killed him, baby, baby, it don't even feel real. It feel like something out of movie horror, a horror movie, you know? But this ain't no movie. This is Mississippi. This is 2026. This is a child. Nolan Xavier Wales, 17 years old, went on a boat with 3 white boys on July the 4th, Independence Day, the day they celebrate freedom. He did not come back. And now we finding out. And I say finding out like it's news, but deep down, we already knew this, right? His body was burned, tortured, his face destroyed so bad they had to identify him by his teeth. Dental records, y'all, his own mama couldn't look at him and say, "That's my son." And the sheriff looked at all of this and still said, "No foul play. No foul play." When I tell y'all, whoo, now look, I need y'all to understand something about Mississippi. And I know some of y'all get tired of me talking about the South. I know some of y'all be like, here we go again. But baby, Mississippi is not a state. Mississippi is a theology. It's a religion. It is the place where white supremacy was baptized, where it was given a sheriff badge and a judge robe and a medical examiner license. Emmett Till was lynched in Mississippi. Civil rights workers were buried under dams in Mississippi for hundreds of years. Mississippi had been teaching Black people that our lives ain't worth nothing. And that teaching did not stop. It just put a suit on it. It became law enforcement. Wasn't the police back in the day the KKK? Press 7 if the police back in the day with the KKK, make America back again. Wasn't it known for that? Wasn't it known for catching slaves? Huh? It became the district attorney. It became no foul play. And now they tell us in the FBI is involved. The FBI, Trump FBI, Cash Patel FBI, the same FBI that, and y'all know I don't even finish the sentence, the same FBI that has never been a friend to Black people. Never, not once, not in 100 years. Not when they were killing Fred Hampton, not when they was infiltrating the Panthers, not when they was watching us get lynched and taking notes instead of making arrests, and we supposed to trust them with a dead Black boy's body? Huh? I'm not trusting them. Press 7 if you ain't trusting them either. They interviewed 60 witnesses, y'all. 60 witnesses. And somehow, not one of them 60 people led to an arrest. Not one of them 3 white boys are in custody. Not one phone seized. Not one house search. But we supposed to believe they investigating? That ain't no investigation. That's a performance. That's a dog and a pony show to make us tired, to make us stop asking, to make us eventually say, well, we tried, and move on to the next tragedy. And the DA with the long history of cover ups, honey, she the one deciding what the grand jury sees. See, the gatekeeper. That's what she is. She the one gonna present the evidence or not present it at all. And we supposed to trust her? Miss me with all that, y'all. Miss me with that. And now I gotta say something that it might make y'all feel uncomfortable, okay? Some of y'all gonna call me crazy. Some of y'all gonna say I'm rich, and that's fine. I'm used to it, cause that's what I'm about. Cause cause this is what I'm about to say. It ain't for the comfortable. It ain't for the people who still think the system loves them. Do y'all still think the system love y'all? Press 7. No, press 4 if you know the system don't love you. July the 4th, Nolan Wales was killed on July the 4th. Now, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but on that same day, 250 white supremacists marched at the White House. Do y'all remember that? Press 1 if you remember that. Faces covered, organized, unafraid, because they know this administration is going to protect them. They know this system was built for them. And on that day in Mississippi, the centerpiece of white supremacy in America, a strong, athletic, promising Black young man who lured onto a boat by people who called themselves his friends. Now, I need y'all to sit with that word, friends. White supremacy, it ain't just political. It's a religion. It's a rituals. It got sacrifices. It got rituals too. It got ceremonies to maintain power, to get favor, to renew the covenant between the oppressor and their God. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that white supremacy got rituals and sacrifices and ceremonies? Huh? I don't think y'all know. Press 3 if you know, because I think a lot of y'all don't know. I really do. And in that religion, the best sacrifice is the friend, the one you betray, the one you lure with trust, the one you make feel safe before you destroy them. You know, they said that's how you kill good animal, good livestock. You feed them and then you destroy them, right? You don't go making them afraid, because they say when you make them afraid, the meat is not that the best. But the best type of meat is when you feed them like a livestock, like chicken and lambs, and then you slaughter them when they least expect it. That's how they operate. They'll feed you, they'll love on you, then they'll take you out here when you least expect it, baby. Because sacrificing a stranger, that's just murder. But sacrificing somebody you care about, that's real sacrifice. That's the highest form of devotion. That's how they get their power. That's how they get voted in. That's how they get favor from their God. Yeah. They knew Nolan was strong. They knew he was an athlete. They knew one white boy couldn't take him. So they came in a group. They planned it. They knew they needed numbers to hold him down to do what they did. And then they burned him. They burned his face. They tortured his body. And they put him face down in a transport van, face down, like he was trash, like his soul didn't deserve to rise, because they was hiding what they carved into him. And I believe they carved the N-word in that baby's face. I believe they marked him the way their ancestors marked our ancestors. Because if you did not know, their ancestors used to mark us. I believe they destroyed him in the name of their religion, their ritual, their July 4th sacrifice. And then they set him on fire to hide the evidence. Dental records, a face too destroyed for a mother to see. A body burned and tortured, transported face down so nobody could witness. That ain't no foul play. That's, honey, that's it. Man, that right there, yes, that's a sacrifice. That is communion of white supremacy. The body and blood of a black child offered up the altar of America independence. And I got to talk about Christine, the mother and the father of Nolan Wales parents. Y'all, my heart breaks for them. It really do. They doing everything right. They got Ben Crump. They demanded independent autopsy. They held press conference. They asked for peaceful protests. They thanked the DA for meeting with them. They asked the community to keep it peaceful because Nolan wouldn't want violence. And I get it. I get it. A mother in grief is trying to honor her son. A father is trying to hold it together while the world watch. I get that. But I don't know. But baby, we got to be honest about what peaceful got us, okay? Emmett Till's mama had an open casket. She let the whole world see. And that image, that horrifying image, is what moved a generation. But Emmett Till's mama did not get justice. The man who killed her son acquitted. They admitted it later. Sold their confession to a magazine, died free men. Did y'all know that? Press 7 if you knew it. Peaceful did not bring Emmett Till justice. Peaceful did not bring Trayvon Martin justice. Peaceful did not bring Breonna Taylor justice. Peaceful did not bring George Floyd justice. What little we got came from the streets being on fire, not from prayers in the pews. And now we got a mother asking for peace while her son killers walk free, while the system that killed him investigates itself, while Trump's FBI assistants with evidence they control, they filter, they present, or hide as they see fit. I ain't criticizing his parents. I ain't. I'm mourning what this system forced her to become. I'm mourning that a black mother in America can't grieve. She gotta perform. She gotta be respectful. She gotta ask for peace while the people who burned her child got lawyers and judges and sheriffs protecting them. That is the trap. That is the design. The system killed our children and then demand we respond with dignity. Demand we not disrupt. Demand we trust the very institutions that have never, not once, delivered justice for a black body. And let's talk about the phone. Because the phone is everything. Nolan's mother had to track down her son's phone. The friends, the ones who called themselves his friends, had his phone, had his Snapchat, had his messages, had his location data, had everything they could tell what happened on that boat, on that Devil's Island, and them hours between alive and the dead. And when the parents finally got the phone, they did not give it to the sheriff. They gave it to their own team because they know What happened to evidence when you give it to Mississippi law enforcement? It disappears. It get compromised. It get buried. Now, the DA want a mutual inspection. Both sides experts looking at the same data, same time. That sound fair, right? That sound transparent, right? But baby, if law enforcement already got copies of that data, if they already downloaded, filtered, selected what to show and what to hide, then the mutual inspection is just theater. It's just another damn performance. And the sheriff asking the public to send videos and photos to the sheriff department. He asking for the original photos or videos. Do not send anything to that sheriff department. Do not. Because what you send will disappear. What you send will be lost. What you send will be used to build a case against you if you speak too loud. If you know too much, you too close to the truth, honey, post it online. Post it online. Post it everywhere. Make it so public they can't hide it. Make it so loud they can't ignore it. Because the only thing they ever move this system is the threat of exposure. The threat of the world watching. The threat of the comfortable being forced to look at what they rather bury. And now they tell us they're going to be a grand jury. A grand jury, y'all. A secret proceeding. A room where the prosecutor control everything. The evidence, the witness, the narrative, the defense ain't there. The public ain't there. The family ain't there. It's a prosecutor presenting their version of truth to citizens sworn to secrecy. And in Mississippi, in a state where the sheriff, the DA, the coroner, the medical examiner, where they all in the same game, what you think that grand jury gonna hear? Huh? What do y'all think the grand jury is gonna hear? They gonna hear about the body being buried? They gonna hear about the torture? They gonna hear about the face down transport? Nope. Huh? What you think they're gonna hear about the phone being held by the friends? You think they're gonna hear about the judge mama intimidating the witnesses? You think they're gonna hear about the deleted social media? Huh? You think they're gonna hear about the 250 white supremacists marching on the same day this child was killed? Or they're gonna hear a sanitized version, a tragic accident, a drowning, a no foul play, a narrative wrapped in legal language and presented as the findings. The DA don't even need a suspect to take this to grand jury. Did y'all know that? She can present evidence against a John Doe. She can use the grand jury power to subpoena, to compel testimony, to build a case, or to bury one. And this DA with the history of cover-ups, this DA who don't get black people justice while white people harm us, she's the gatekeeper. She the one who decide what the grand jury sees. You telling me you trust her to deliver justice for Nolan Wales? You telling me you trust any part of this system to deliver justice for a black child in Mississippi? And now I got to bring this spiritual. I got to. Because this ain't just legal. This ain't just politics. This is war. The ancestors are watching. Emmett Till watching. The 4 little girls in Birmingham watching. The civil rights workers buried under that dam, they watching. Every black body ever desecrated in the name of white supremacy is watching what we do right now. And they're asking us, will you finally learn? Will you finally see that this system can't be reformed? Will you finally understand that asking the master's tools to dismantle the master's house is not a strategy, it's a delusion? White supremacy is a religion. It got rituals, it got sacrifices. And on July the 4th, 2026, they performed their ritual on the body of Nolan Xavier Wales. The question is, what is our religion? What is our ritual? What is our sacrifice? If the sacrifice is our dignity, asking politely for justice from people who never gave it, is it the ritual of the press conference where we perform grief for cameras while the killers walk free? Is it the religion of wait and see, trust the process, give them time, let's just pray about it, and we're going to get our heaven when we die? Or is it something older, something deeper, something that connects us to the ancestors who didn't ask for freedom but took it? To the warriors who didn't wait for the master's permission but burned the plantation, to the spirits who remind us that justice is not given, it is demanded, it is seized, it is built by our hands because the master system would never deliver it to us. Nolan Wales was sacrificed on the altar of white supremacy. The only question now is, what we willing to sacrifice to make sure his death means something? We willing to sacrifice our comfort, our peaceful reputation, our respectability, our belief that if we just vote hard enough, if we just pray hard enough, if we just work hard enough, the system will finally love us back. 'Cause baby, the system don't love you. The system never loved you. The system was built to consume you, to sacrifice you, to burn your face beyond recognition, then tell your mama there was no foul play. And until we build our own systems, our own investigation bodies, our own legal frameworks, our own protection networks, our own economics that don't depend on the master's table, we will keep being the sacrifice. We will keep being the ritual. We will keep being the Emmett Till, the Trayvon Martin, the Breonna Taylor, the George Floyd, the Nolan Wales of every generation. Nolan Xavier Wales, say his name. Nolan Xavier Wales. He was 18 years old. He had a bright future. He was doing everything right except, and I gotta say this, except trusting that friends in Mississippi could ever truly be friends to a black child in a white supremacist state. Nolan Wales, his face was burned, his body was tortured, he was transported face down like trash. His own mama couldn't identify him. The sheriff said no foul play. The DA promised a grand jury. The FBI assists. The friends got lawyers. The judge mama intimidate witnesses. The system protects its own. And the only thing standing between this being burned and this being exposed is you. It's you. It's every person watching this, sharing this, saying his name, refusing to let the algorithm bury him, refusing to let the news cycle move on, refusing to let the next tragedy distract us from this one. Nolan Wales. Justice for Nolan Wales. Justice for every black child who ever trusted the wrong friend. Justice for every black parent who ever had to identify their baby by dental records. Justice for everybody that was honey. Justice. Justice that don't come from the masters of court. Justice that don't come from the master's jury. Justice that come from the ancestors, come from the Most High, come from the unbreakable spirit of a people who survived 400 years of this and still here, still breathing, still fighting, still refusing to be the sacrifice. Nolan Wales, we see you. We see what they did. And we ain't gonna look away. Not now, not ever. I need y'all to take yourselves tonight. This one is heavy. This one is different. This one is a revelation. But revelations ain't given to destroy us. They are given to wake us up. And we awake